Welcome back to Free Media. I'm Robby Soave.
And I'm Amber Duke.
Well, I'm so sorry to report. The Washington Post opinion contributor Jen Rubin is leaving the outlet. But fret not, she is starting her own publication. If you can't tell the sarcasm in my tone, let me make it clear this is not exactly a cause for celebration. Rubin's unique brand of commentary will now have its own dedicated platform because apparently the world needed more of that.
Here's the very cringeworthy announcement about her new publication, which she has dubbed The Contrarian.
Hi, I'm Jen Rubin.
And I'm Norm Eisen.
I am here to announce I am leaving the Washington Post in order to co-found with Norm an exciting new online platform, The Contrarian. We are going to bring you written material, podcasts, interviews, social media, all in defense of democracy. Our intent is to combat the authoritarian force that we all face. To help us, we have an exciting array of contributors from all walks of life, all ages, all backgrounds to help us in this venture.
We're going to do politics. We're going to do law. But we know that any successful pro-democracy movement also has to be very vocal about culture. We'll have a humor column. We'll even have a cooking column. But we're going to sprinkle in a little bit of pro-democracy flavor.
It's hot content. I just can't wait. I know how excited you are. You've already subscribed, I bet.
I did already subscribe. I'm paying whatever the fee is. I will be a very loyal listener, reader, whatever it is.
Contrarian.
Well, one thing I do want to take on is when they publish this pro-democracy cookbook, you can be damn sure I'm going to whip up every recipe in there, and I'm going to give it a fair and honest review.
The January 6th donuts or something. Look, Jen Rubin can do whatever she wants. We make fun of her. Everybody makes fun of her because she has very predictable, just knee-jerk anti-Trump takes, which are fine, but she's still pretending to be some kind of conservative. She's not a conservative at all, but whatever. Is there a lack of media outlets being critical of Trump that she's trying to, the market is really asking for more of that. And then call it what you will, but there's nothing contrarian about this. If you saw the press release of the kind of people that were going to work there, it's all talking heads from CNN and MSNBC, other Washington Post reporters. This is as mainstream as you get. A lot of these people I don't have any particular objection to. I just wouldn't call them contrarians because they've never had a contrarian bone in their bodies.
It's like they should call it quote unquote the narrative. The narrative, really. But
yes.
Yeah, I mean it's hilarious. You can't make fun of it enough. I also just have to point out in this announcement video that I don't know what take this was. Maybe they were just tired and they couldn't get through it. But you have to imagine they tried to film this multiple times, and she still could not get the script exactly right. She still stumbled over it multiple times.
Well, we make it look so easy,
That's
but
true.
It's actually very, very
Not everyone
difficult.
can be as good as we are. But look, she left the Washington Post 3 months, by the way, after Jeff Bezos supposedly instructed the staff that they would not be endorsing Kamala Harris, or anyone for that matter, in the presidential race.
I have no doubt that's what she's mad about.
Well, of course, but I think it's funny that she was so quick to pull the trigger on praising these brave and stunning people at the LA Times who resigned when they weren't allowed to endorse. And then when it happened at WaPo, she had to wait 3 months to come up with The Contrarian. And she's someone who claims that she had to leave because she could no longer take money from this authoritarian force at the head of her paper, but she was perfectly fine getting paid by him for 10 years prior to that. She suddenly grew this magical moral spine. Everything about it is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's very, very familiar to the establishment kind of takes you get from her, and I wish her the best of luck. Maybe she'll find an audience for it. If I worked for a newspaper, I would be mad if the boss came in and said, yeah, you guys can't do this or do that, even though now it is his paper. You can be mad about it, but he owns it, and you worked for him, and if he owns it, he gets to decide those kind of policies. I think newspaper endorsements are just weird overall.
Stupid.
Anyway.
Useless.
Like, who this motivates no voters, right? Oh, we're shocked at who the Washington Post was going to endorse.
That's why I don't understand why this was the red line for these people.
I also find
you're so in the tank for Kamala that you're angry about an endorsement that nobody cares about.
I've always found it weird when progressives get really worked up about businesses, giving to political causes, or billionaires and millionaires having too much say over our political system. I mean, there are legitimate criticisms you can make of lobbying and crony capitalism and all that, but they're so mad at the idea of like corporate dollars for some political purpose. Like, okay, but major mainstream media companies are also private businesses, in some cases owned by billionaires, that are not only like spending money to influence the political process, but are telling you who they want you to vote for in explicit terms. And that's considered completely normal.
And set the agenda, the news of the day on a regular basis, and are basically guiding, until pretty recently, what the conversation is in American life as it relates to politics. They also don't like when you point out, though, that Kamala Harris had more billionaire donors than Trump.
They do not like to hear that, but it is the case. All right, thanks for watching Free Media this week. We really appreciate it. And like, share, and subscribe our content. Check out our new channel, Reason Free Media. That's the one you want to subscribe to. We always appreciate it.